This video is about syllables. When you sound out a word, you break that word into syllables. You can think of syllables as being the sounds in a word. So syllables are different than parts of speech. A sentence can have many words, and each word is a different part of speech. So let's say you had a sentence with the word cat in it. Well, cat would be a noun, and then if we just looked at the word cat, we could say that that word has one syllable. So syllables help us sound out each word. Let's look at some examples. On the left, we can see a list of one-syllable words. Book, art, floor, write, tell. And when you get past one syllable, one thing that I like to do is clap when I say the word, and it helps me sound it out. So maybe booklet, artsy, floorboard, writer, telling. I just wanted to point out that you could have something called a compound word, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that soon. But floorboard is a good example of a compound word. When you have a compound word, you need to remember that it's two words. Well, it's not two words, it's one word, right? That's made up of two words. So when you spell the word floorboard, it's just all one word, all put together, right? So, but when we say how many syllables are in floorboard, floor makes up one syllable, and board makes up another syllable, floorboard. Some three-syllable words. We have computer, artistic, reloaded, rewritten, telephone. So let's get into the rules for how we divide words into syllables. So the first rule is that you need to split up double letters. So here I have a bunch of examples of words that have double letters in them. So if we look at the word command, C-O-M-M-A-N-D, we can see that we have the first syllable come, second syllable mand, command. So that C-O-M, that's the sound of the first syllable, come, and then the second syllable, mand, right? So two syllables, and the two M's, when we show the syllables, they get split up. Second example, the word vaccine. Vaccine is spelled V-A-C-C-I-N-E. When we sound it out, we get vaccine. So you can see how the two C's get split up. Last example, with double letters, we have the word puppet. P-U-P-P-E-T. So when we break that into syllables, we get puppet. So the two P's in the middle get split up. Alright, the second rule is to keep root words separate from the suffix ing. So if you're curious about root words and suffixes, you can check out a few of the videos that I did earlier in this series. But just to remember, right, if we looked at these two examples, right, tanning and falling, you can see that I've circled, right, with tanning, I circled T-A-N, right, and that's actually the root word, right, and we just have, it's just sometimes when you have a word that ends in ing, sometimes we have to kind of have a double letter. It's just a weird spelling rule. But the point is that that first part, right, tan, is one syllable, and then the ing is another syllable. So we get tanning. Falling is an even better example, right? So you can see that root word fall with the ing at the end. We have falling. So the root word makes up one syllable and the ing makes up another syllable. Well, let's look at one that's a little different. Let's look at pressuring, all right? Pressuring. So you can see that the ing, the reason why I underlined it, is because it makes its own syllable, right? Just ing, right? And if we look at the first half, we have pressure, right? And you notice how it's spelled pressuring. So you have some double letters there. You have two S's. We got pressuring. So the two S's get split up. Now let's look at polluting and following. Two more examples where you have the ing at the end and then you have double letters involved, right? Polluting is spelled Polluting, so we get polluting. And then following, following. The two L's get split up. Now if you notice here, let's say we had the word followed, Followed. With the word followed, you notice it does not end in ing. Okay? So all we need to do with followed is we just need to separate the two L's. Right? We get followed. Alright, let's look at the last rule. So I mentioned earlier that I was going to tell you a little bit more about compound words. Well, here are 3 examples. Right? Another example would be the word classroom, classroom. That would have 2 syllables, classroom. But you notice, classroom is all one word. But if you look at it, you notice 2 words in that one word. You notice the word class, and you notice the word room, right? So a compound word is one word. It's spelled as one word, but you can see more than one word in it. So when you are looking at the syllables in compound words, you need to look at each base word separately, all right? So if we look at the word grasshopper here, okay, grasshopper is spelled Grasshopper. It's one word. But you notice we've got the word grass in there and we have the word hopper, okay? So if we look at just grass by itself, right, grass is one syllable, grass, right? Now let's look at hopper. Well, it's got double letters that we're going to separate. Hopper. Put it all together, we get 3 syllables, grasshopper. And just remember again, grasshopper is one word. It's just a special kind of word called a compound word. Here's another compound word. I wanted to share one that had lots of syllables in it. We could look at the compound word supersensitive. Okay? It's all one word. supersensitive. Supersensitive. So if we look at each of the words in there, right, supersensitive has got super in it and it has sensitive in it. So if we look at super, right, we can sound that out, super, 2 syllables. If we look at sensitive, we can sound that out, sensitive. And when we put it all together with supersensitive, we get supersensitive. That makes 5 syllables. Last example, we have the word watermelon. And again, here we have one word, Watermelon, but it's a compound word. So when we're figuring out the syllables, we look at each word that we can see one at a time. So we have water, water, and we have melon, melon. We put it all together, watermelon. So watermelon has 4 syllables. Well, I hope all of my examples were useful, and I look forward to the next video.